All right, so young Nicolas, you brought your first movie to the channel
On your birthday.
on your birthday. That's right.
31.
31.
Yep.
Still
Broke as shit.
I thought it was 32.
Nope.
Oh,
31.
31.
Yeah.
Broke as shit. Ain't got a lick of sense to my name. But I brought us the 2002 film Scarecrow.
Scarecrow, not the, just Scarecrow.
Just Scarecrow.
Is this the Batman villain movie?
No, and I actually had to look that up. I was looking that up because I saw something about Marvel in the credits.
Marvel.
The long ass
That was a
opening
band.
credits.
Yeah, that was a band.
Oh, okay. I saw Marvel. I was like, wait a minute. And I looked it up. It's
but
not
Batman's
the same.
DC anyway.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah. Get your comics.
Sorry, I enjoy sex.
Yeah. How's that been going lately?
Yeah.
You guys are bogus. So the 2002 film Scarecrow is a movie about a couple of stoners in a field
Yeah.
telling a story about a movie where other stories are told.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It basically starts with this urban legend
There's
about
3 stoners in a cornfield.
That's the urban legend. Stoners go out in the cornfield to smoke weed.
Yeah. Telling the urban
as
legend.
stoners do, yeah, telling the urban legend
Yeah.
about this evil spirit scarecrow thing. Maybe they're not too blatant about it in the start of the movie. They kind of it is a long ass.
It's not
first
actually
half of this movie. It's
I don't think
86
so.
minutes.
I don't think it feels long. I think it develops well, actually. I think so. Well,
After the opening credits.
let's
Yeah.
do these shots. Yeah, the
Yeah.
opening credits are long, but I mean the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Scarecrow.
Like you said, the first half of the movie feels long to you leading up. I actually enjoyed the whole kid being bullied, nerd at school thing. I'm like, this is taking me back to my own
Yeah.
high school
You
experience.
don't see it anymore now.
Yeah, you don't see good bullying.
No, and that it was
Just
good
getting called a
bullying.
bitch, getting
Yeah.
kicked, knocked over.
Oh, you tripped, you bitch.
They were talking
Why
about
don't you
shit.
just walk home like a bitch?
Go home to your mama. Yeah.
It's just funny.
The
Your mom's
insults
a
in
whore,
this movie
bitch.
were good as hell.
This
I thought so, yeah.
yeah, this main character, Lester, he looks like a fucking meth head Paul Rubens.
Yeah, he is an older man in high school.
He's
Definitely.
Yes.
Balding old man.
Balding.
A lot of them.
receding
I mean, they're all
Yeah,
old
they're all
people
older.
in ours.
Yeah.
Even more blatantly than usual
Yes.
in these movies. There's quite a few balding kids with mustaches in this fucking movie, but yeah, his kid's getting picked on. This is how the story really begins.
Yeah, he asked like 3 different girls to prom or to smooch or whatever, and they all just dunk on him.
He gives them drawings.
The teacher dunks on him.
The
Everyone's-
teacher, yeah,
Yeah,
the teacher's hilarious.
He comes home.
It's
to
like,
his
you fucking
trailer.
white trash kids, I can't stand you. This mean old lady.
When you're in my classroom, it's my time.
Yeah,
After this, I don't have to listen to you.
yeah, fucking brat.
God. Fucking dumb retards.
It's. I felt like that was brutal, more brutal than some of the kills. It did bring me back to being at William Blunt, because they're just like they just don't. At one point, I think like one of the mom's boyfriends calls him a faggot. Like it's just like
yeah.
they don't. It's really it dates itself with the bully. you
Yeah,
know?
well, he lives. I mean, it's not even a trailer; it's a camper.
Yeah. It's just a camper ground.
He lives in a
Yeah.
camper with his mom, and this is. At first, you're not sure if this movie is trying to be funny. It obviously is. Eventually, you figure, okay,
Yeah,
they
you
are
start
trying to
thinking,
tell
yeah.
jokes. But when he's in his house camper, drawing his pictures and shit, his mom shows up drunk with her fucking boyfriend or stepdad. We weren't quite sure.
Yeah.
This guy's got this big goofy wig on, this big fake mustache.
Call me dad now.
He's just
Your
like.
kid's kind of weird.
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna get it on with your mom soon. She's so fucking wet, you fucking fat. Like, he's just like, just going off, and he's just like,
yeah. Your drawings are fucking weird.
he's just like shriveled up dork, like, It's just like so over the top.
I give him props. He tried to ask a girl out on a prom date.
He did.
That's
in front
hard.
of-
That's
in front of
He did.
her boyfriend.
He did do it,
Yeah.
but he just had no. There's no self-awareness.
Oh no.
That is the true mark of a loser. is
Yeah.
Zero self-awareness of
No
how
idea.
creepy he actually is.
Right.
Yeah.
You see a dude with this chick. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, and this dude, that's the same dude, so he goes to his job, right? It's showing the first half of the movie is just showing how this kid's just pissed on.
How much his life sucks.
Yeah. and
Kid's a busboy.
He's a busboy at a restaurant where, like, they're the guy with the girl, the Blunt County girl.
The
redhead.
jock kid, the
Yeah.
jock guy, in the
He's like
Hawaiian shirt.
squirting. Yeah, he's squirting ketchup on the table that this
He's
kid's
just
got
like
a buzz.
clean it up. Clean it up. Yeah.
That's how it used to be back in the day.
Yeah.
They don't do it anymore.
And so we have this other femoid that
Oh.
Lester gets into, this short-haired lady.
They make a joke
They
about her
made
being a
joke- yeah.
lesbian.
Yeah.
Even though
Yeah.
she's not. We find out she's not.
Yeah.
But
She feels bad for him. She's like, "Hey, let's not pick on him." Well, at the beginning, I think she was like, "I kind of like him."
Yeah, she was talking all
She's
wild,
like,
but she was just,
Her friend
you
was
know
like,
how
"Oh."
high school
it was
girls
the
talk
pity
10
kind
years
of like.
ago.
It was just the pity. It's always the pity, but ew, I don't actually want to touch him. I just feel bad.
He's
for him.
mysterious. What is he drawing?
Yeah.
Fucking
So she's-
throws and spirals.
She sticks up for Lester at the restaurant. Well, this guy is.
Yeah.
Were they
Catch
were
him.
supposed to go to a date? Was that what it was? Or
I
he
don't think
just-
so.
No.
It didn't seem like it.
No,
No,
I know
she-
he was trying to go for it, and she's like, "Yeah, sometime we can do that."
No, he did this after she helped him.
Yeah,
Yeah, but no,
Yeah.
she just felt bad for him
Yeah.
because she saw him getting bullied. So
Yeah.
She had mentioned it
she
before.
stood up
yeah.
for him the one time.
Yeah.
So
And then
after
the
she stood
restaurant
up for
owner-
him, he was like, "We could be really good friends
Right.
now."
and then he
She's like,
walks up to the house party.
"Yeah." So
In
then
between
there's
the
a
two
big
cars.
house party where she obviously falls in with the jock guy.
Yeah, he pulls the old
Obviously.
switcheroo, and he's like, "Well, I actually bullied that guy because it helps my ego.
I'm insecure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's like, "Oh wow, you're so deep. Let's drink and fuck."
Yeah.
So he
And-
sees them making out in the front of the thing. He's
Goes
like
fucking
crouched in the
crazy.
bushes, like watching them.
How could you?
He runs all the way back, Sling Blade style. I felt like this guy was like a Kmart Sling Blade because there's no sign of him having a car. He does ride the scooter at one point.
Yes.
Oh,
We
he
see a
leaves that
40-year-old
scooter.
man on a scooter, and he
Yes.
just gets pushed over.
Yeah.
And but he runs back home, and his stepdad.
This
mom's
is a
boyfriend-
scooter that you used with your feet, not the.
not an e-scooter. This
Yeah.
is 2002.
This is just
Yeah.
human powered.
yeah, it's a
scooter.
Razor scooter, and you're the coolest kid in your neighborhood.
One leg power. But yeah, he runs back into the camper, and the boyfriend's got his mom bent over the counter. He's like, "Get the fuck out!" He's like, "This is my house."
Oh wait, no! Before that, he was like beating on the Scarecrow, and the farm dude
Why?
comes
No,
out.
that
he's
was.
like,
No, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, he just comes out. Stop fucking around my Scarecrow.
You're right. Meanwhile, there
Yeah.
is a scarecrow up on a cross in this cornfield that everybody just goes and hangs out with.
It makes
Kicks it.
Everybody is always around the
You think you'd be a chiller Scarecrow with all the people hanging out, smoking weed, and everything?
You think it'd be scarecrows are supposed to scare shit away, not draw
Yes.
them in. It's like a tourist attraction in this shitty town.
The kids are like fucking with it. Let's go find an animal to torture.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, that was the point for me. Like that comment, I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
they
this
know
is-
what they're doing.
trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Yes. Little kids run off to try to find. They even later on mention like Mrs. So and So has a cat we could find. Like,
Yeah.
they're trying to hunt. They're hunting the lady's cat in the field or whatever. But yeah, he goes back and he sees his stepdad or whatever banging his mom.
He doesn't like it.
And he's like, "Hey man, fuck you." And he's
Yeah.
like, "Get out of my house." He's like, "This is my house."
I'm
And
gonna.
he's like, "I'm tired of your shit."
yeah,
And he drags him out into the field, right to the Scarecrow, and chokes him
out.
to death.
Yeah.
Yeah, strangles him.
Kills him. And then his spirit enters the Scarecrow.
I did like how stepdad or whatever he was like, I ain't going to jail for this, so He just choked himself.
He
He
just
said he
has
was
a
gonna
handy
kill him.
rope right there and puts it around his neck. Yeah. Hanged himself in the cornfield.
And you
I
ain't
don't
gonna
know.
say shit.
Yeah, he came in, said he was going to kill him. We thought he was just joking. He said he was going to kill himself, and then, by God, he did it.
And then he becomes a fucking scarecrow ninja that cracks jokes like Deadpool or some shit. He flips into every scene. It's so funny.
It's like, don't lose your head, huh?
Yeah, yeah. He cuts the dad. He cuts the stepdad's head off. Yeah,
Look what
With
you
the-
made me do.
with the sickle, like
Yeah.
the hand sickle sight thing. Yeah, the sling blade.
Was there a corn pun or something like that? That shows like,
This is okay. This is the one memory he had of this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom bought me this movie in about 2004 out of
okay.
the $5 DVD bin,
Yeah.
and it was Scarecrow 1 and 2.
Uh,
When I watched this movie, first of all, it went a lot faster.
well, you were a kid.
Yeah,
You
I
were
was a
excited.
kid. The thing is that it was all believable. Like, I thought that this 40-year-old man pushing a scooter was a high school kid. I thought that, yep, that's what I'm going to look like. That's the kind of conversations I'm going to have.
Thought all these tramp stamp hoes were 16-year-olds.
Yeah, you know.
Before they pass that law, you gotta be 18 to get these tattoos.
He finds Chad, right? Our main bully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chad is trying to bang this blonde.
The other girl. Yeah.
Yeah, trying to bang this blonde, and she's like, "Well, I'm just kind of messed up emotionally about what's going on." And he gets out of the car. He tries to light himself a fat doobie, and Scarecrow catches his ass lacking.
He does a fucking what is that twisting jump?
Double
thing? What do you
gainer,
call that?
what
Patrick?
In gymnastics, they called that an Arabian.
There you go.
Yes, that's what they called
He
that.
Arabians into
Yeah.
the scene.
Yeah.
And
What did he say?
Okay, so he says something about being a scarecrow. Fire me, just don't mix. He does a double Arabian off of the Jeep, 1999 Jeep Cherokee. Stabs old boy. Before he stabs old boy, he says, "Sorry, sometimes I can be a bit corny," and then stabs old boy in the ear
but corn
with an
cob.
ear of corn.
Yeah, ear corn.
Because you had said, sorry, that was funny because you had said, like, the
Oh.
corn ears from his ears.
Because of that weird scene, like you're like, what are we listening to? What are we seeing? And
Ears of
it's like,
corn.
yeah, they're all his ears. That's how he hears. It's through corn.
The only person who could have topped the puns in the movie. Patrick, the ears of corn, like, they should have written that into the movie. But yeah, so he says, sorry, sometimes I can be a bit corny. Stabs this guy in the ear with a cob of corn.
Yeah.
And that was the scene that reminded me that this movie exists, and made me want to buy it and bring it forth to the
Yes.
because
Yeah.
it seemed like a good bad movie. When I was younger and watching it, I thought this is a good movie. This is a good movie. As an adult, I'm like, these are a bunch of fucking 40-year-olds, and this is terrible acting. Now it's a good bad movie, but when I watched it in 2004.
Yeah.
Thanks to my mom. Love you, mom.
Mother's Day is coming up soon.
I mean, straight
Love you,
up.
Mom.
Yeah.
But having watched it in 2004, it all seemed like it didn't seem like 86 minutes of film. You know, it all kind of went quickly, and I wonder if that's just like an attention span difference. But you know what I'm saying, like with the phones and everything.
Yeah. They didn't have phones in this movie.
That's what I'm saying.
No
Yeah.
phones.
No cell phone.
Scarecrow 2. I caught up on some of Scarecrow 2.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll watch it in a few weeks.
Huh.
Maybe, depending on how the scores go. But anyway, so yeah, Corny stabs him in the ear. Scarecrow basically goes on a rampage of revenge.
Yeah, is this anybody that ever fucked with him or? his
He didn't
teacher?
kill the animal torture kids.
No, you're right.
But
Well, they
he-
never fucked with him.
Yeah, they never
were just,
fucked with
They were
him.
just around.
Yeah.
He killed his teacher.
He
That
does
was
kill
a
his
good
teacher,
one.
Yeah.
He fucking when he's like, she's grading papers and just like insulting.
This fucking kid drops off a retard mountain.
The funniest insults. She's just muttering to herself, and he's just like sitting on a desk, the Scarecrow with an apple. She's like, "Oh, these kids pranking me," and he jumps up and he's like, ugh. And he does. She's like, "Ah, what?" And then he fucking slams her head onto the table, and then takes a pointer, like the extended out pointer thing, and then just like shoves it through her back of her head, comes out her mouth, and then nails her to the table. And she was like, like blood. It was good. It was a good kill. There's some pretty good kills in this movie. Not bad. They're really not bad.
That was my problem with the movies, that I remembered all like the kills. I didn't remember how much like hogwash B film was in between.
I'm still confused why he went after the graveyard person.
He was the dad of that hot chick.
But it was like two different blonde chicks.
It was, maybe it was just
I
like,
think it was just like time filler.
they just need somebody to kill, and he's a gravedigger, so he'll kill him with the shovel.
Yeah.
And that was funny. What did he say? Like, it's not Halloween. I know who you are.
Yeah, he immediately like was like, "Oh, you're the murderer." Like, they had a fight.
His daughter's like, "I can handle it."
Oh,
But this is your like where you go about choke to death.
yeah. So he gets the gravedigger. Obviously, has a shovel, and he brings a shovel home with him because that's what a gravedigger does. You don't leave a good shovel.
You don't leave it at the
shovel.
office.
No,
that's
hell
his
no.
personal one.
That's his person. He paid for that. The company still ain't received his receipt for it.
Yeah.
So, he fights his gravedigger. He gets a shovel from him, stabs it through his neck, and says, "Can you dig it?" And
Can you dig it?
yeah, and I thought, I'm like, I dig it, or something like that. I'm sipping on some Michelob as he's saying that, and he was like, "Do you remember being in 5th grade and like breathing in?"
Yeah, you
Public
half drowned
pool
yourself on
water?
that.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened with Michelob Ultra, which was somehow worse than doing it just at a public pool.
Yeah.
But yeah, good puns in this movie, I guess. Like, they're all terrible, corny puns.
It's just like he becomes a scarecrow and immediately becomes this fucking joke.
Acrobatic.
He
piece
finds
of
a
shit
personality
Joker. Yeah.
from somewhere.
Ain't no
the
bones in a
afterlife.
scarecrow. You know?
Yeah,
He's
I
just
don't know.
like-
It's just
He could have used that
immediate
that
jokes.
charisma to get some bitches.
He
but-
could have when he had a penis.
Yeah.
He waited until he was all straw. Yeah,
Now he just has to use the corn cob.
yeah. Butter up
And
the cob.
and still not feel anything.
Yeah,
Oh fuck! I can't do it again.
yeah.
I can't do it again. That hurts so bad.
But yeah, he kills a bunch of people. He finally gets to the one girl that kind of started this whole thing.
The lesbian.
The faux lesbian.
Faux lesbian.
And he's gonna try to kill her, and she gets one up on him, of course. I was really hoping he would just kill her.
Yeah, something like
It's kind of more fun. But we get a better twist, though. But she ends up lighting him on fire because she just happens to have some fucking gasoline with her.
Yeah, just a can of gasoline that says
In the
gasoline.
truck.
An actual aluminum can of gasoline.
Yeah.
Not that plastic can shit.
He lights her on fire, and we're like, oh, it's done.
Yeah.
But then we see her. We flash forward. She's in college.
At a Christian college, I assume there's a
Yeah,
giant
there's a
cross.
big cross.
Yeah.
She's acting kind of weird.
Yeah.
And then we see it does imply that his spirit had entered her body now.
Yeah. His art has evolved from prose and spirals.
She's drawing weird muscular birds. It's like furry shit.
Yeah, to the furries.
It's like Tumblr art bullshit. Birds with abs.
Deviant art.
Yeah, deviant art with abs. Yeah, it's terrible. And she's like doing the same kind of weird, like, yeah, man, weird shit.
I like it.
He had all the jokes when he was a scarecrow. My God.
Yeah. And then, and now it's but now we've got to get back to the stoners telling the story.
Oh yeah.
And the one stoner telling the story, they're like, we need to get. We're like, the two here in the store are like, dude, we're done with this. He's like, wait a minute, and he's like, oh, Lester, right? Is that what
He starts like whispering his name. Like,
yeah. And then a camera pans up and you see the fucking Scarecrow
That
behind
they've been
him.
chilling at the whole time.
Yes, they've just been chilling, telling this story about this fucking. And then he jumps down and
He like a double.
it's like he's got a minion and the guy telling the story. It was like a goofy.
Yes, yeah.
It was like a goofy twist. I like the twist of the girl being possessed.
Yeah.
The one with this one is a little bit too much.
Yeah,
but
like somebody working for him type
Well,
thing.
they like wrap it all up,
Yes.
right? Like they started the whole story with a pack of stoners, and then as it turns out, they open it up for Scarecrow Slayer.
Exactly. Yeah. So there you go. That's Scarecrow. I'll give my score on this. I thought this was a great movie. It was a great, good, bad movie. It was really bad, cheesy, terrible acting. A lot of both unintentionally funny and intentionally funny things. It looked like it was filmed on like Grandpop's like handheld camcorder. It looked terrible. But they had a lot of ambition. Like they did it pretty well. The blood was pretty. Some of the gore was good,
Yeah.
and just the humor I thought actually hit. Even the intentional stuff was good, and I had a good time. I laughed a lot. It was fun. I will give this a 5. 5 out of 5 for me. I had a lot of fun with Scarecrow.
Put your bias.
I didn't
against
think it
me
was-
aside.
Yeah, I didn't think.
Yeah.
Well, let me say, add two.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think it was slow at all. I liked
Yeah.
the build up of him in high school, and then it goes
Right.
seeing the whole
Yeah.
thing. I enjoyed it.
I'll give this about a 4.5.
he won't give you a 5.
I want to give it a full 5.
He won't do it.
What held this back for me?
No tits.
Well,
No titties in it.
yeah, there's no tits, no. I'll say, like, one of the things that I did enjoy that you brought up with the soundtrack of this movie.
Oh yeah. We didn't talk about that.
They sound like songs you would know.
What did
Sounds
you say?
like-
RAM?
Yeah.
You're like REM, like RIM.
Yeah.
Every
Metallica,
single song
no.
is one you think you know,
Yeah.
and then it's something else.
Yeah, it's something
That's
different.
very true. I like
Yeah.
the soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's a lot of random like B-rate
Yeah.
2000s era.
They definitely want to sound like a certain band, and then
Yeah.
it's definitely not them.
Yeah.
The reason why I won't give it a full 5 is like I just didn't really enjoy the stoner dudes just telling the story. I was like, why you got to do this? You could have left that part out and just
Yeah.
done the whole story.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I won't give it a full 5. But everything else, it was hilarious.
Takes the immediacy out of
It is, because like I'm going into it, it's like, oh, this is just a story. Okay. And then they bring it back to realism, like, oh. It felt kind of like old Goosebumpy type show type
I
thing.
can see that.
But, yeah, 4.5.
So for this being my pick, I actually give it a 4.
Ah, wow, I've got the highest score. Interesting.
Yeah, the when I watched it in 2007th grade, it seemed to move a lot faster. But having watched what we watched together,
Well,
It
you
seemed
were
like
staring at the tattoos. Like, oh,
yeah. I mean, it all, and that's part of the problem is that it all seemed super real when I watched it in 7th grade. Like, this is how it's going to be. You know, I'm going to get bullied and turn into a scarecrow. At least that's kind of, like.
All the girls are gonna look like strippers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the movie. I like the kills, the brutality. It didn't seem like a rarity at the time. Talking about 2002 bullies,
yeah.
you know, that seemed real to me, and that ended up being real. Right. So,
Yeah.
you know, like it all was relevant to me at the time watching it, but as an adult, I'm like, can we, like, I feel like they could have cut a lot out, and it has been just an as effective film as it was. The kills were good. I love the puns, even though that they were like, some of them were just like god awful. I like those.
You just want a more Scarecrow.
I wanted more Scarecrow. I wanted less of dork getting pushed in the.
I thought that was the best part. Like, that was better. I mean, the Scarecrow was like, he would just flip in, kill somebody, flip out, say something corny.
The one guy did have popcorn in his mouth.
No, honestly, when he was in high school, like getting picked on as this weird 40-year-old high school student, that was the funniest shit to me. I love that shit. It was the best part.
Walk home, bitch.
Yeah, it was just like, it was so funny. And him like walking up, trying to like hit on the girl, ask her it was just, the guy's like, they're just laughing at his face. He's like, what are you doing? He's like trying to give advice, like, dude, you know, this is ridiculous. He's just like, telling him, like, what are you thinking? And then he's like fucking crouched between two cars, like watching the party. It's so much. Honestly, if this would just been that fucking nerd killing people, it would have been even better. If he had to become the Scarecrow and it had just been this fucking dork being like, hey, killing people, that would have been even better. It would have been so much better.
What are you doing, Lester? I kill you.
Yeah, he's just like, his shoulders are like this wide. He's just like, he looks like Dylan Mulvaney. Just like,
Oh my god.
you want a Bud Light? I heard about this thing called March Madness.
Oh my god.
It's like, no, that was the best shit. Watch it again and give it a 5. It's good. No, I want to listen. I want to see the sequel. I definitely do. I want to see what happens.
Yeah, we gotta see the sequel.
All right. After a couple
There you go.
films,
Good choice,
Yep.
Nick. Good choice.
Thank you, Dirty 31.
31. All right. Here you go, Scarecrow. Get it on DVD.
Oh, it's actually hold on.
2-pack.
It's actually free on YouTube, both 1 and 2.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
on
just don't
YouTube.
even. Yeah, it's on
Don't need to
YouTube.
pay for it unless you want it for.
There's
your
not
collection.
even ads on it.
Get it for your collection.
Get it for your collection.